Good evening and welcome to Chamber Chat. My name is Melissa Vance and I will be your host. And we will be joined tonight by the folks from Wayne Bank, as well as a couple members from our Buy Local committee, talking all about the Buy Local season of the holidays. And we're glad you tuned in. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We always like to kick our show off with a chat with one of our members, and tonight we are pleased to have the folks from Wayne Bank with us. Welcome, Mark and Sarah. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having us.
It's good to be here.
So, Mark, you're the president and CEO.
I am.
And you've been with the Chamber, of course, as well as being with Wayne Bank for how long now?
It'll be 6 years in January.
It doesn't seem like it's been that, could
No,
possibly
not
be
at
that
all.
long.
Time really goes fast.
But it's been nice to have you in town.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
And Sarah, you are brand new with
Yes.
the company. Tell us about your role and where you come from.
Yeah, so I am the marketing manager at Wayne Bank. I think I'm working on week 6, I think. And so I've been here just since the beginning of October. I am new to the banking industry. I came from a food equipment services company before. So this is an exciting new role for me as I learn kind of the financial and banking industry and everything that has to offer. And it's been great so far, learning a lot and lots of work to go. So
Good.
yeah, I'm excited.
Well, it seems like a good fit. Your energy, just your presence and interaction with the other members of the community. It's been nice to see you kind of jumping into that role quickly.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
So, Mark, for the people that are watching that might not have any idea about Wayne Bank and the long-standing history that you all have had in the community, tell us a little bit about the background.
Well, the background, the bank was formed in 1882, 136 years ago, I think, if I did my math right. It is owned by the Boyd family, so we are a family-owned business. The principal owners are 3 women, and they represent Generation 6. They each have 2 sons, which represents Generation 7. Excuse me. So from a longevity standpoint, we are one of the oldest banks in the state of Indiana. And it's rather unusual to find any business that's been in multiple generations out to 6 and transitioning to 7.
Absolutely, especially a bank, I would think. A lot
very
of
much
banks
so.
Have gone to different models. And
Right.
You all
Been a lot
have
of sell-off, since the recession. A lot of banks have sold. But our family is committed to Wayne County. They were born and raised here and still have a high level of commitment to the employees as well as the people of Wayne County.
That's great. Well, speaking of being owned by 3 women, you all have really taken leadership role in the last few years with a program called Athena, which really gears toward high-achieving women. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. I've been in other communities that had the Athena Award. And when I came to Richmond, it wasn't here. And as I got networked throughout the community, there were so many women in leadership positions, both in education, in businesses, and not-for-profits, as well as Kathy Cruz-Uribe at IU East. So many women in high visibility, highly responsible positions that I thought, what a great community to bring this to and celebrate excellence in women's leadership. So I think next year will be our 5th year.
Okay,
we're in our
that
5th
sounds
year
right.
of that. Yeah.
That's excellent.
It continues to be well received. We got lots of great candidates, and as I've said before, it's like the Olympics. The difference between first, second, and third is about a quarter of an inch. I mean, when we get the candidates in, it's just that close.
And you're right, the final three every year have been just extremely strong leaders in the community, having huge impact on whether it's community service or leadership within their own organizations. It's been fabulous.
Right. And our partner on that obviously is IU East. When we brought this to town, we thought they'd be a great partner, and it's been just a really, really good relationship for both of us.
And it seems like every year, maybe it's just my perception, but it seems like every year the attendance is bigger, the celebration's a little bit stronger.
It is.
From the community standpoint, the ripple out effect.
Right. You know, one of the fun things I think you hear in the audience, people will say, well, I've known her all my life, but I never knew this about them. So
Right.
everybody learns something new about people that they've known virtually their whole lives.
Right. And this past year, you added a new element with the Young Athena.
We did.
Junior Athena, right?
Junior okay.
Athena. Yeah, to recognize younger women that are making great strides. When you compare them against someone that's been active in the community for 35 or 40 years, it's really difficult for a young, assertive person in a level of responsibility to really match the
Right.
resume. So it's an
Right.
opportunity to recognize the younger people that are on their way up.
And if I might brag just a little bit, one of our very own, Roxy Deer, was one of the finalists
Right.
for that award this past year.
Right.
So we're excited to have her on our team at the Chamber. But
The other exciting part about that too is that the proceeds from the Athena Awards we do give back to, organizations that have to do with women and lifting women up. So this year's recipients of that were the Girls Inc. and the Women's Fund. So that's another thing that event gives back to.
now you have been doing another project with the drone. Talk about that.
Yeah, one of our owners lives in Madison, Wisconsin, and they saw up there where the fire department initiated a drone project. And what it gives the fire department an opportunity to do is to, say, go into a hazardous situation with a drone rather than a person. You can go on top of a building to look for hot spots to really keep firefighters out of harm's way.
Right.
They really like that program, so they brought it down here, and between the owners and the bank, we partnered to provide drones to the Richmond Fire Department, which are available throughout the county for all emergency first responders. And Chief Purcell's been a great partner on it. One of the stories he told us is, when one of his fears when you respond to a car wreck in the country at night,
Right.
in cornfields,
Right.
how do you know someone didn't wander into a cornfield? So with infrared cameras, they can now hover that scene and find and be certain that they're not leaving anybody behind. So I think it rolled out a little bit prematurely with the fire that was out on the west side earlier this year. They used it in that situation, had good results with it. So it got out a little bit before the press release, but we're glad that it did it that way.
Absolutely. Well, it's things like that that we don't even think about, but in life or death situations, it really makes a huge difference.
Sure it does.
Life or death for the victims of whatever the tragedy might be, but also for the firefighters.
You bet. All first
themselves.
responders. Yep.
Yes. So that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Now you all have, changing gears a little bit, you all have really expanded your online presence recently over the past few years. Talk about some of those services and how far does Wayne Bank, that's right here in Wayne County, actually reach?
Yeah, so currently we've got we've got about 1,800 online customers that we are working with our online services. So we've got everything from your mobile bill pay, so that you can set that up and pay your bills online. We've got Pop Money, which is a service that allows you to transfer money back and forth to whoever and whichever bank account, and that allows you to do that without writing an old-fashioned check.
Through the cell phone.
Exactly.
Right? I can pay you
That's
through
nice.
cell phone. Yeah.
Yep. And that mobile wallet is another thing we actually just recently launched, which is a really cool feature that you don't have to get your card out anymore. Some retailers have it, some don't, so I know that's still working through the county and getting that updated. But we do offer that now for Google, Samsung, and Apple Pay, and that allows you to hold up your phone to the what you would typically put the chip in,
Right.
and it allows you to actually just pay right off of your phone, so you don't have to get a wallet or don't have to get your card out of your wallet anymore. So
It's so handy. I use
Yep.
mine all the time. So
Good.
yeah.
Good.
So just flipping out your phone, it's so much easier and feels a little more secure than getting your card in and out all the
Sure it
time.
is.
it is, yep. And of course, you have to have security on your phone. You have to have a passcode or a touch
Right.
ID, so that does make it a little bit secure. So if someone gets a hold of your phone, they can't get into your phone to get your banking information.
Right.
Like you said, a little bit safer. We also have our business online. So we offer online services to businesses to help them manage their small businesses up to large corporations as well. So we're just moving right along on a ton of different services, and there's more to come. So stay tuned for 2019.
That's great. Now, lastly, tell us a little bit about Cambridge City renovation. It's an amazing project. We were excited to be a part of the ribbon cutting, but
Yeah, Cambridge City, you know, that's our home territory. And the branch that we occupy, the building we occupy there was built in the early 60s. And almost no money had been spent on it from 1960 through about 2016.
wow.
And it looked like it. It was old, it was tired, it was just a flat brick building, no charm whatsoever. So we embarked on a complete redo, entire new exterior, entire new interior, really utilizing all the current technology that's available. We installed cash recyclers, which automates the cash handling process, makes it quicker to get our customers in and out.
Right.
And allows more time just for some casual conversation rather than tellers standing there counting money. We put an ATM in, we've got a technology bar, we've got they're able to fit a community room, like a boardroom, that is open to the community to use during banking hours for board meetings or what have you. I know the
That's
chamber
great.
over there meets regularly, and just is a very open and inviting atmosphere.
It's
We're very
beautiful.
proud of it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And for the dollars to be invested in that community, it's rare to have dollars in Cambridge City of that size, especially downtown. I mean, obviously the larger manufacturers, but downtown.
Yeah, but you know, downtown in Cambridge is really doing well. With
It
the
is.
Birches, what they've done with their buildings, the Fortmans with what they've done with their buildings, it's a thriving downtown, and we're happy to be a part of that whole renaissance.
It's beautiful. So if you haven't had a chance to go over and take a look at what's happening in Cambridge City, whether it's stopping by Wayne Bank or seeing some of the other exciting things going on, be sure to head out this holiday season. Go over there, do some shopping. We're going to be talking buy local soon, but that's something that we shout from the rooftops at the chamber, and obviously banking is very important in the buy local sector as well. Well, thank you both for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you around again.
Thank you. It's our
Thank you.
pleasure.
We'll be right back with Ed, in disguise perhaps, talking all about the meltdown.
Oh my God, Penguin! The Meltdown is coming to town.
The Meltdown, is that another one of your silly reindeer games?
No, it's like a party, but with like ice fights and everything.
Oh, you mean the Meltdown Winter Ice Festival? You silly reindeer. Even with your bright, shiny noses, you're still not that bright.
So wait. So what is the Meltdown Festival?
It's the coolest festival in Richmond, and it takes place January 25th through the 27th at Jack Elster Plaza near downtown Richmond in the Depot District. Here are a few highlights. On Thursday, we'll have chili for charity at the Morrison Reeves Library. Warm up before a cool weekend with Chili for a Cause. Community organizations will pull out their best recipes for this friendly competition, supporting the good work of our community's nonprofits. And Friday until Sunday, we'll have the interactive play zone. Play games made of ice, take photos with sculptures, and take in the magical creations made by world-class carvers. Then the ice fights kick off with the big reveal on Friday night at 7:30. Watch as ice flies and world-class carvers work together to create massive melting artwork before a hyped-up crowd. And then on Saturday, we've got the Meltdown Throwdown. The battle is on. Will Team Fire or Team Ice prevail? Watch the ice fly as world-class carvers imagine and deliver on amazing sculptures in a battle where you decide who wins. And lots going on the whole week, from pub crawls to coloring contests, Lego competitions, warming stations, live concerts, and so much more.
That sounds awesome! I'm so excited!
I'm snow excited.
Welcome back. Now it's my pleasure to introduce two very strong committee members of our Buy Local committee. We have Sam Purcell. Nice to have you with us, Sam.
Thanks for having me on.
Sam, you have been the chair of this committee for a couple years.
Yes.
And you have led this group through a lot of things, so it's been exciting to have you.
I've really enjoyed it. It's been a great 2 years.
And just for our viewers' sake, you also are an entrepreneur. You own Ply Fiber Arts.
Right, in downtown Richmond, yep.
Yes. So, and you've been in business there for how long?
We will be going into our 7th year now. Yeah, just made a big move
amazing.
into a new storefront, so it's crazy to think all of that's happened so quickly.
It is so exciting to see the growth of your business and a subsequent business coming to the community as well. So that's exciting.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be opening Spokeasy in downtown Richmond also later this winter, so be a lot of fun.
It will. You guys are always busy and doing some great things. So, and you've been a board member, I guess we should say that as well,
Right.
of the chamber for several years.
Right.
Going into your 4th, I believe, right?
5th year now.
5th, okay.
I believe. Yeah.
Wow.
Time flies.
It does.
Yeah.
And then Eric, it's a pleasure to have you with us as well.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You have been on this committee for how long?
For a year, I joined last February is when it started, yeah.
And you're an Earlham graduate that chose to stay right here in
that is
Richmond,
correct.
which is pretty cool. What, just on a side note, what went into your decision to stay here?
Well, I realized I'd spent 4 years in Richmond, but I didn't really know a lot about the town. And my senior year, I actually led a program that was a freshman orientation program, and it explored Richmond. And that was actually, I was leading the program, and that was the first time I'd really gone around in Richmond. And I started thinking, hey, you know, this is a town that has a lot of potential, and it has a lot of really cool things happening. So maybe I can get involved in it. And so after I graduated, I said, well, let's see what happens. So.
Well, it's been neat to see you jump right into the community and get involved and passionate and showing up every week in different places. And now you're in a new role with Richmond Neighborhood Restoration.
Yep, that's correct, yeah.
Just opened a brand new house renovation.
Yeah, we just completed our 3rd project. And it was my first project that I saw, you know, from start to completion, and we're very excited to be doing work in the community. So.
Yeah. And so for our viewers, we have a very special announcement. Sam, do you want to tell us about the transition?
Absolutely. So I'm really excited to be able to announce that Eric is going to be the chair of the Buy Local committee. I've enjoyed my 2 years as the leader for our group. The committee's continued to grow, and I'm so excited to be in a supportive role and see what Eric's going to do with his time.
Yeah. Well, I wanted people to know what you two do individually in your own worlds, because I think it really validates your role in this committee and your leadership ability to, for where we've come in regards to Buy Local committee and where we're able to go. and just the momentum that's building among this group has been fabulous over the last couple years.
It really has. Yeah, we've seen such an incredible response, both with the committee, the numbers continuing to grow, and also the response in the community. It seems like what we're trying to accomplish with Wayne County weekends and community awareness for supporting local just really resonates with people.
So you mentioned Wayne County weekends, and we have a very special partner for the last couple years. Brewer Broadcasting has been out with us, and we've been around the county every weekend in the summer, and they've just gone right along with us, shouting from the rooftops all the great things that are happening. So it's been a really neat partnership.
It has, yeah. It's made it the success that it is.
Yeah, it's been nice. They have done a lot of advertising on the radio with us, but then being out on site in the different communities and talking to their fans. We're not nearly as famous as they are, so being able to be at their side is kind of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they've been wonderful to work with, and at the sites they do kind of like remote reporting, and so you're getting this like kind of live news of all these events that are happening in your community when it's happening. And I think, you know, we have this great radio station, and they really bring the word out into the community. So that's just been wonderful.
Yeah, they do a great job really highlighting every single community that we focus on with Wayne County weekends, and getting people excited about getting out and exploring what they can find here in Wayne County.
And it's kind of fun because every weekend we're in a different part of the county. One of the areas, we're either in Fountain City, Hagerstown, Cambridge, Centerville, or Richmond. And it's just been fun, getting to know the folks in those towns a little bit better, but really talking about you don't have to leave Wayne County to have a great weekend,
right,
and be able to do some things.
Yeah, and all of these towns have just a wonderful culture, and they already have these amazing festivals, and I think us as a buy local committee, being able to highlight what's happening in these towns and the great traditions that they have has been really powerful. And I think, you know, drawing awareness that, you know, the next town over there's this great event going on, I think has been really great for everyone.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not really that anybody is required to generate something new. It's celebrating what they're already doing. They're already doing great things.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about some of those great things that you all have been a part of this summer.
Sure. So one of the events that I really enjoyed going to was the fly-in in
Hagerstown.
In Hagerstown, yes. Right. And that was the first time I'd been to that event, and it was just an incredible festival. All these great planes flying in. There was food and fun activities, and you know, it really felt like a great celebration. And the radio was there, and they were doing lots of publicity for it, and it was just an incredible, like, people coming together event. So.
It's a really fun event for our community. Yeah. And then, Sam, you kind of pulled together a really cool event in Richmond.
Right. We had our second year of Chalk Fest, which is a completely free, family-friendly art event. We encourage people to come out and get some chalk and just start drawing on the sidewalks in Elstro Plaza with the farmers market going on, and we give out prizes. It's a neat event to see how it progresses each year. I can't wait till next year.
Of course, those are only two of the many things that has been going on this past summer, and more to come next summer with exciting weekends. And before we go, we have just a couple minutes, but we are heading into the holiday season, and one thing we really care about is people spending their money locally. Talk about the Shop Small Saturday initiative and the other things that you want to say leading into that.
At Small Business Saturday this year, November 24th, I know for businesses like mine, it's one of the biggest days for us of the year. It's a great opportunity for locals to get out and really show some love for the businesses that they love seeing here and they want to see stay.
And we've had really good participation this year with all the downtown businesses. I think probably double or triple what it was last year.
Yeah,
And
that's
all of
great.
them have great deals, amazing holiday deals. And so we're hoping that that's going to really bring out the consumer crowd, and we'll see some good action on Main Street. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both for being with us. We really appreciate all that you do for the community and all that you do through this, this particular committee with the Chamber. And one last thing to share with you, our listeners, before we close out the end of our show. We want to make sure that you save a very important date on your calendar. We have our annual dinner coming up on January 18th at the Coleman Center, and the theme this year is A Million Dreams. You will enjoy that event. It is a gala-style event that you don't have to be in formal attire for. So put that on your calendar, and we'll look forward to having you. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.